We are live. Just in time here. So, anyway, welcome to the WAOF1 here on oh Jaggers. Alright, now give the subs already. My goodness me, thank you very much. Right, much appreciated. So yeah, we're in Monza for this evening. So let me get the things sort. 11 turns around the 5.7 kilometer long track, 3.5 or 3.6 mile long track around the famous old track altogether. Hey mate, sorry off number, working hard behind the scenes to improve. Have a great race. Same to you. Well, in your Division 2 race, and yeah, we're going to talk about it. It is a short off numbers. 14 on the grid for this sprint. Not ideal, but well, the show must go on here. So that's pretty much it. So yes, we're in Italy. Back to dynamic river system because it was glitched before the whole situation was with the hot lap mode. I know the boost you're not allowed to activate it until like 4 straight modes around this track. So, and the overtake mode detect activation point is at the Parabolica. So, with Dusty winning last time out in the Circuit de Catalunya, he's takes over in the Cadillac here this evening. So that race win pretty much given the full-time seat here this evening. So that's pretty much ideal in all situation of here. I think we only have one reserve here. James is in the Ferrari. He pretty much got full options at this very moment. He's vice champion in last season Tuesday. Here currently, I think he's done round 3 there last time out on Tuesday. I haven't even looked at it, but oh well. The Girafalo could be one to watch out as well. His pace wise is very quick last time out as well. Carsey is back in the hot seat in the RB, so bit of ground to make up there. And Adam Halfer is leading the championship going to this one here. So Plalos will start things off here in Monza as he approaches a long straight down, main straight down to turn 1, lifted at 200 and break around 50 meter board, going through Delawasia. No wait, this is the Retifia. There we go. No, this is Delawasia. We go third gear on entry. Now going to the last modes. We go lifted through there, downshift to 5th. No. Through decimal 1, through decimal 2. Here we go. No. Use a bit of boost on the exit of the decimals here. As he going down to the Ascari. We go. Down shift to 5th as he invalidate his run. So it would be James. He kept going there. James, car number 15, going through the Ascari. We go as he going through the back straight before going down to the bar polka. Lifted through there, I see a lot. Lifted through the power polka. No, main straight, coming across the line. Time it is a 19.920 to start finish off and car speed pretty much. Decide like nah. I do what I like. Dusty is only half a second off from car seat here. With Hayes is on her medium run. Raza complete his lap. Backed out. Palaos, if he complete his lap, it would be 2 times off from car seat here. The all-time leading pole shares, all-time leading race winners. What more you could say? Championship leader coming to this one. Halford, 52.5 through the middle sector. Going through the Ascari. We go. Not using any boost mode. There, he's pretty much confident down to the parabolica. Or you're going to use it all down on the main straight. So Halford coming across the line is P2 for the championship leader. We go as Kieran next, but start his lap here. We go Raza on his lap, 25.9 through the first sector. Now going through Ascari. We go. No. Let's see how he does going through the Ascari. No Parabolka. We go for 321 kph. No, he exit off the Parabolka. What time is it going to be for Rasa? Coming across the line, P7 at the moment for Yadi. There. There is a one tweak going to this race, which I did forget to mention. After this race, and we just see Rasa just corner cuts. Don't think you're allowed to. Unless it's like someone's just sneaking in the stream and said, I got that. Anyway. Yes. Drew Fowler is a 10th up through the middle sector. I was going to say I lost my train of thought after. Oh yes! No, I only realised that. After the qualifying session, no, after the race, which pretty much determined, it's pretty much sprint quality, but after the race, it would be a reverse grid. It would be, thinking from 2 to 14. Could be a whole grid reverse from the sprint race. Then, or it could be barely anything change. So that's pretty much it. So as we see Nikala, Haas, and the Alpine all out laps there. Dusty pursuing the most recent race winner. Can he look for back-to-back race wins? Here, he's got a tough task to dismantle car seat. Here, cars behind him, letting the cars go by. As now, Dusty started his lap. Open up the main straight, going down to turn 1. as Blind Halo thankfully would rejoin the session. Lock up through the first turn through the Ricci chicane. Now going to the Curva Grande before going to Salad Halford. Only 2 seconds off from car C, so on 3 lap. Oh, soft tires. Why are I going to say hard tires? My head's gone. Anyway, Lesmos for Dusty going through Lesmo 1 through Lesmo 2 for the Cadillac going exit from the Lesmo up to the Ascari. Attempt up through the middle sector as he's going to use all his bit of his boost. Going down to the Parabolica. We go. As he downshift to 5th gear. We go. Keeping 200 kph. As he going coming across the line. Time is going to be for Dusty is P2 for most recent winner. At this very moment, as Carsey gone fastest. Oh, I'd like to show off there, folks. Because Carsey, as the champion, is done a 120.609. There, Plalos. Give you one challenging Carsey for the battle for pole position here this evening. Now, let's see what Plalos can do as they come across to the Ascari. 52.5 through the middle sector. Now, onto the Ascari before going into the back straight. He's took a bit slipstream from the Williams here. That was Hayes. It was. Now, going through the Parabolica for Plalos as he coming across the line. Time is going to be for Plalos. He is P2 with a 19.207. Here he's closer there. Could be close enough grid to be fair. With a top from P2 to P4 separate by 800 of a second there, folks. Stuart Fowler about to start his lap there. Kieran started his lap there. Hilly there starting his lap there as well as it enters the pits there. Is it Hayes further or is Hayes further on up here? So I think she backed off there. Yes, he did. She backed off on this one. So it would be James next. Coming towards the Ascari. Half a second up through the middle sector. Now, as he going coming across the back straight, I see pretty much interestingly. In fact, most drivers are using medium going. I think the exit of the Ascari to keep the energy activated going down to the main straight. As James has gone up to P7 with 119.749 there as we go approaches Gio Fallo. It was looking so good for Gio going to as he gone up to P5 there for the Ferrari. Niall currently on his run. Hilly also on his run. Is James he's not on a lap there. Freedom but complete his run. He's up to P6 with 119.591 there for the Irishman. So thoughts on last night? As we've seen Hayes on her lap through the middle sector. I think that's the Williams of Halford giving her the slipstream there, which is good team play. But then he might give her the slipstream effect, going down to the far balcony, which you just see right now. Could she return? I think she's going to return the favour to Halford there, as she going to come across the line. No, he's into the bits, and he's up to P12 there for Hayes. We're seeing Gupta coming back into the pits. Blind Halo currently on his run, going down to Yaskari. He's just invalidate his run, and that is over. Level 1 high stream. We just ended there, so that's pretty much it. Freedom is coming back into the pits, and we got Blind Halo looks set to coming back into the pits. Now, 4 minutes to go. Carsey is the first one out on track here. 3.4 lap of fuel in play. Kieran retires in the pits. Look like all he could do for Kieran. Can he maintain the P10 top 10 positions here? As we see the Northern Irish driver, could say it, the way most race winners and most pole sitters and most podiums here, the list even goes on for that great man himself. As he's getting close to 100 pole positions here, looking to try get his 96th pole position here. The man is making history. It's kind of like, with this man, it's kind of like a history maker. Every step of the way. He's going to do a back-to-back outlaps, in fairness, which is pretty much all the hype he needs. As he getting tired up to tail. Now we've seen Pralos is on his outlap. Giofalo exiting the pit lane. James is just closely followed to Pralos. Pralos let James go by, and it's a Mercedes of Freedom about to start his run. Look like he is. Right, here we go for the final runs. Freedom is starting his run. As we're going down to the main straight, down to turn 1, we go for 328 kph, lifted before the 150 meter board, around the 200 meters, and breaking around the 50 meter board through the Wittevere chicane. Curva Grande next. As they're going through the Delaroche, no, he's backed off. Look like it is. I think it is backed off. Giofalo is still on his lap. James is starting his lap. So let's see how it goes for the Tuesday's vice champion. We finished in P2, lost out to Gunnar on the season finale there. Now, as he come across the last mode, downshift to 5th gear. Now on to first off of last mode. Now the second off of last mode. There, going through the first straight mode. Activated for him. Down to the Ascari. Nearly a 10th up, 3/4 of a 10th up through the middle sector. No, he's going to use all his battery down to the Ascari. No, a parabolic. Ascari had turned before that one. And you lost track of turns. James is going to come across the line. Time is going to be for James is P6. There. And next up is Plalos. Let's see how he gets up for the Polish driver. And he's up to P2. There, Dusty pursuing P2. There, Carsey coming across the line. He's invalidated his run. There, Giovanni P3. Halfer is pretty much Carsey on the front by. Is our championship leader coming across the Parabolica. And he's going to use all his boost mode. Down on the main straight. Coming across the line. P2. Oh, it's just a 10th off. And it's look like I think it's going to be half Carsey Endo in the front, no, pole position. Here, Freedom coming across the line next, and he stays where he at. Gupta next one to come across the line, and it's P9. Wowee. That's your qualifying sorted here. We got Carsey sitting on pole position with Halfer in P2, Dusty in P3 with Chiofalo in his home race P4, Plalos P5, Blind Halo P6, Haley P7, James P8, Gupta P9, Night Owl in P10, Freedom P11, Razzle P12, Kieran P13, and Hayes rounds out our grid for this evening. For the sprint, we're going to have a 3-minute break, if I'm not mistaken. Race start time is at 8:27. Not bad for what you call it. No clamp there for car seat, because before this race he having technical difficulties with his wheel, and then I got the clamp down, and he pretty much had to use one-sided steering wheel, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Carsey, in the chat. Oh, let me add him there just in case. Blind Halo, Blind Halo. Oh. Well, let me add him. We'll do after this race here. Anyway, for that, I'll be back in a couple moments here, folks, so stay tuned. Well, that's a great crack altogether because I went out for a bit, then all of a sudden, who was the culprit? Ah, freedom! It was freedom. Why do you do this to us? It's like, why do you do this to us? Thank you, how far? Could take a while for the grid to set up again. To be fair, folks, so it could take a while. It's like I will send a friend request. It's like they always want it way up by it's kind of like complete accident or something like that. It's like that kind of way. Oh crap. Oh god damn. It's like god damn. This is Chester, Dusty. Yeah, freedom. You're going to the back, my man. Sorry. I know you pressed it by accident, but it's like, yeah, you're going to straight to the back of the grid. Oh my. So, we went on one driver and... Who was it? We got Halford, we got James, Carsey, Freedom, Claulos, Hayes, Trufalo, Rasa, Night Owl, Blind Halo, Gupta, Haley. Who are we missing actually? Let me see. Who are we missing from the last time I? Oh, it's Kieran. Oh no, Kieran going to be out of the sprint. Oh dear. Right. As we about to start the sprint race. We got 1 minute. No wait, 8:34. It is. So we got a couple of cars blanked out or something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it at this very moment. Down to 13 because Kieran is not with us, unfortunately. But hopefully he return to the race here afterwards. So we're down to 13 here, and we saw all that good stuff there. The drivers kind of like change their pretty much about to say setups. Please choose yourself. And now we're getting ready to go for the sprint race here on WAOF1. I think there's formation lap on, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, there is formation lap on. Well, as the clock's hit 25 to 9, and the formation lap will get things going. As we were mentioned, Freedom starting from the back because he's accidentally pressed the radio button. Oh dear, that's not good. Anyway, Carsey start from pole with Adam Harper in P2. Dusty Spassoon started on the hards in P3. Let's see how he finds it. Giovanni and Paulus behind him. P4 and P5 on the softs. Going aggressive on the early goings with Blind Hale on the mediums. Hilly and James on the softs with Gupta on the hards. With Niall, Raza, Hayes and Freedom at the back on the medium compound tires. What is going on? To see. Haley, what are you doing? Blind Hale said this disable ABS. What? What did y'all do? Disable ABS or what? He's not happy about something, but yeah, but anyway, Carsley line up to the grid to start this race as Freedom, who was a culprit, at the back of this one. Let's get it going for 5 red lights. Here's in Monza. A couple of people misplaced their grid slots. First light, second light, third light, fourth light, and the fifth light. And it's lights out, away we go. And it's a decent get. Halfer got a slow, look like a slower of the two. Going down to turn 1, we go. As Halfer looking on the inside of Carsey, going to try hold it on the outside. As Halfer takes the lead of this race. With Carsey sitting behind in P2. Because Giovanni is all the way back of the RB, going up the inside through the Delawagier. And he's got them moved on for P2 of the race. As now Carsey fighting back, going through the last rows. We go with Flawless in behind. What's going? Oh, for God's sake! What have you done? Another. Let me see what it's done. Oh. It is another restart, folks. I'm sorry. Yeah. There we go. Cancel formation on the next lap. Cancel formation on the next restart, mate. And hi, alright, hope you're all good, buddy. I'm all good. Rovers, all good. And yes, there's frustration. Hold on, let me get rid of my finger. Oh, don't tell me I restart the whole game. It looked like they're going to be restarting the whole game, so I'll be back a couple of moments here. Try to get you in fight. Oh, no, never mind. Don't need to restart my stream. And thank you, Adam. Oh, thanks, man, for a stretch. And hurry, don't worry too much about it. It is, to be fair, it's literally happens to the best of us. Like, not gonna lie, it's always gonna happen, like, that kind of way. Are we doing a whole 50% race now? Grand. So, what they say in the chat on the Discord that they're going to do a 50% race thing. Next week would be the sprint, if I'm not mistaken. From what I'm reading in the chat, there. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're Hilly and Carsey. I just reading it through the chat. Usual sprint quality results. Oh wait, we are just doing the main race, guys. Then probably do sprint in a week later. Oh dear. So that's pretty much from what I'm reading right now. Yeah, sounding good. That's oh yeah, play freedom for pressing ready up far too soon. Where's my water better? Oh, there we go. There we go. So, I think we're going ready to go for for God's sake, WAOF1. So yes, we're getting ready to go for the feature. It was meant to be. It was meant. Hello, Maddie. How are we? The race starts is at 10 to 9. There, folks. It's coming from the quali grid. So that's pretty much it at this very moment. So that's so. Oh yeah, pole position it goes to Carsey, which he gained 2 points, and Halfer got 1 point for the quali. So you could say P1 in the championship increase the lead just a bit, and Carsey closing the gap to Halford. Or was it? Yes, it is Halford. Thankfully. As we getting ready, as the drivers get their setups ready to go, and it's going to be a try race from the start. Hopefully it's not too soon on the wet weather conditions. So that's pretty much it. So we're in the Temple of Speed of Monza, so 27 laps. Haven't tried this track, so look, be one stop, so they have a chance to do a one-stop race or a two-stop race. Last time it was 25, it was a two-stop race from my point of view, but the good few drivers done a one-stop race, to be fair, which is fair play. Not gonna lie, this track on this game is like, it's kind of like hit and miss. Well, pretty much higher on tire wear on the pad wise, so yes, we are ready to. What time are we on? 8:48. 2 minutes to go. So, chat, how are we on this fine Thursday evening? Sorry for getting to interact with you all. So, how are we? Plus, the heat wave is just literally taking over in Ireland. Like, that's the topic of discussion lately. So, as the clock's about to hit 10 to, well, but hit 10 to 9. The drivers are getting ready for the Italian Grand Prix here this evening. Hopefully no all good on the settings wise. Let's see how they fare. Formation lap on the way. Let's see the tyre strategy here. Top two on the mediums with Dusty and Gio on the hards. Plalos is on the medium. Blind Halo on the hards with Hilly and James both on the mediums. Good to the champion on the hards with Night Owl on the mediums. with freedom on the hards, with Raza and Hayes rounds at the back of the field. So we're pretty much in a unique situation. No sprint race, but we have a race to go through. As Blind Halo left the session. He suited out me on EA when he got a chance. There, so has to be waiting to go for the Italian Grand Prix. Carsi all the way at the grid with Adam Halfer in P2. Let's see how they fare. With Chio in P4. Kind of unlucky from last week. Turned to good fortune this week. Soon see. Dusty misplayed his grid slot. There. Here we go. For 5 red lights. Here in Monza. First light, second light, third light, fourth light, and the fifth light. Lights on, away we go. Is decent getaway from Halfer in P2. Could he get his into the lead again with Halfer going up the inside with Carsi on the outside, going through the way to finish again for the very first time. Carsi this time around gets ahead of the championship leader. Plalo's going to try to hold it on the outside with Giovanni on the now going to be on the outside. Plalo's on the inside as Plalo's got ahead. Now the Cadillac has a position of jostling about here all right here. Razzling up to P10 of the race here from the back of the field. It was not too sure. But his Carsi leads away from Adam Halfer in P2. As here goes Plalos up the inside. He's got the move done for P3 of this race. No. He's catching as Niall is literally closing on in to Dusty here. As Freedom gets it back ahead of Raza. For P10 here as Raza going to try to fight it back. And yes, he does. I think more battery power here. It's so OP, my goodness me. As Churval and Blind Halo going side by side. We've seen Plalos looking to try to get ahead there, and he's got the head of the Williams for P2 of this race. As Gupta is up to P8 of this race on the hard compound tyres here. Not a bad camera shot if you ask me. There. As Niall slowly but surely closing on in to Dusty. But it's like getting closer, it's like I think the managing the battery going down to the Ascari at this very moment of this race. Now, Flawless try to keep up with Carsi at this very moment of this race. It's pretty much a strategy, right? If I'm not mistaken, last season's championship protagonist it was Carsi and Gupta. It was a season opener, and Gupta done a one-stop strategy as three abreast going into Mitifia as Halfer and got ahead of Dusty, or Dusty going to try to switch route. He got ahead of one Can he get ahead of both of them? That's using the slipstream going down to Delawasia. And Plalos fends him off. Niall got Halford for P4 of this race. As I was saying, it was a season opener, and there you go. Carsey done a 2-stop strategy, and Gupta finishing as blind contact. It was Halford and I think blind Halford hit the back of. Oh no, left the session. It was as Niall got ahead of Dusty for P3 of this race. It pretty much a one-stop versus two-stop strategies here. I keep mixing up my words. And pretty much missing the action altogether, man. That's pretty much poor form all right here. So Plalos try to catch up back up to Carsey here. But it's like at the moment, Joe Fowler got ahead of Halford here for P5 here. No, Dusty got ahead of Plalos for P2 here. Now looking to try to get set to try to catch up to Carsey here. But he got the Polish driver fighting back, going up to the sky as Plalos got ahead for P2 of this race. Now we got Truffaut closing on in on Niall, and we got James, looks like the DRS train. No, I mean, why I call it DRS train? The overtake mode train. So I'm not sure right at all. I used to call it DRS train everywhere. No, I can't. Thanks, FIA. As we got a couple of movements back down the field. Hayes got ahead of Blind Hale. I think that's a car in between. And she got ahead. No, Dusty got back ahead of Plalos for P2 of this race. As there was side-by-side action, it was Alfred and Gupta. It was Gupta. He's looking very good in race situations, Gupta is, at this very moment. He's catching up. He's still in the fight for the podium here, so definitely maybe in the show for this evening. So there's still a long way to go of this race. Whether the drivers want to do a 2-stop strategy or 1-stop strategy, we should see later on down the line. Now, later, as Churro is losing on in on Niall at this very moment, Churro is pretty much this Tufo sees here is putting the pressure. The Italian driver in the Italian team, no pressure whatsoever as Hilly got, or Freedom got ahead of Hilly. In fact, it was James and Hayes was right there. No, we're seeing Plalos getting close on it into Dusty here, going into the last modes here. As Halfrey's losing ground. Not ideal at all. So Chew is trying to close on in on the cars ahead, as Halfrey's pretty much trying to keep up with cars ahead, in fairness to the Williams driver. Carsey's lead isn't stabilising. it's in mean the hards. It's right at the crossover towards the mediums. I think so. As Flawless closes on in on the Cadillac, he's getting closer. From that straight alone, it is like a full second here. So he's close, but I think after the main straight, he's regained the time back altogether. As we see, Triofalo has a sneaky look on the inside, going into Delawashi, as Freedom got head of James, it was, for P9 of this race. Now, at the moment, nothing to separate from P2 to P5 it was. Triofalo is on the hards. He pretty much looking good to try and get by 2 cars on the medians here at this very moment of this race. That was half a second difference, or nearly half a second difference between Carsey and Dusty here. It was 3 tenths from that lap alone. As here goes Klaus up the inside, goes ahead, and now is defending it as Triofalo, that was contact it was, but Triofalo gets ahead. I think he's looking to try to get Niall back ahead for the time being, because there was coming together. It was, and finally Triofalo is like, yeah, we got that. Give him his place. There we go. Up to there. James, he went onto the grass. It was going through Delawashi. So, yeah, he went onto the grass on the exit of Delawashi. It was. So that was the situation. Now, back to the plow straight we go. So at the moment, nothing to separate here. Going into the Parabolica. Who's going to be the first one to blink? Enters the pits here as we enter in the pit stop phase sooner rather than later. And there was Yellow's Freedom gone round at the Parabolica. And finally kept the car on the right round. Hilly and Rasa exchange positions here going into Retipia. Meanwhile, Dusty going to try hold it on the outside. Now the inside, he got ahead of the Aston Martin for P2 of this race. Now he catching our race leader, which is Carsey. The gap is now 1.4 seconds now. We're pretty much coming up pretty much a perfect time. Triofalo is again, he's in a similar position as to Dusty at this very moment. Can he get ahead? That's the other thing to get by as we're going through the Parabolica. Nothing to separate from Hilly train as well. It's like all together in the train in one go. As Dusty's fastest lap of this way on the hard compound tires. As Alfred first one into the pits. As Night Out, as this, that was for Rasa going round at the Parabolica. Hard tires for Adam Halford. Rasa retires from this race. So Dusty is still stabilising the gap here at this far. But I think Flawless is harvesting the battery. I only noticed there now. It's like wait till like a couple of laps time, get your battery back up around the 90s. If you got good run, go for it. That's pretty much it. That's what we've seen. I don't think we've seen. I think we've seen Fallow got ahead of Night Owl. Gupta is trying to catch up to the train ahead. That's the thing. The good news is, Night Owl, the Frenchman, is on more mediums there at the moment, so he would be a lot fresher as Hayes entered the pits. Let's see what's she going on to for herself as the two Williams team drivers enters it very early going, and it's a hard compound tyres, so it's the undercut attempt for Halford for definite to try and get the reaction of the drivers in behind. No, try to get the reaction from the drivers ahead. As Hilly got ahead of James. As we're going through the back straight, we go. Night Owl is like, I think he's called it no man's land there since Adam Halford pits. Gupta is chasing ever so closely at this car as Flawless entered the pits to try and go for the undercut attempt on car seat at this far of this race, and it is the hard compound tyres for the Polish driver. Hilly's also entered the pits, so does James as well at this far. No track limit pens here. Okay. That is close between Flawless and Halford, as Flawless able to get ahead of the Williams driver. That is the ideal situation for Flawless himself, because he's now chasing down the lead train and also Carsey as well. As we approach the halfway through of this race, this far, Night Owl is trying to keep up, but he's like struggling to keep up with the two hard runners from the start. And now Carsey haven't gone in. Good. Night Owl stays out for another lap. So that gap is closing to a 1.2 seconds lead. It was. Now it's within a second. The question is, when is the right time for Dusty to pit? Because we see Alfred went in early around lap 9 there, so that's it. And Paulus covered the Adam Halford undercut attempt to work, so that's pretty much the aim of the game, is like try to get ahead of the cars around you who was before they pit, and try to get ahead after you pit. The Cadillac, so as Hayes got her first 3-second time penalty of this race. Speaking of her, she getting under attack by James there. My words going on my mouth. Carsey entered the pits, and same with Night Owl enters the pits. Where is Plalos? Where is Halford of all this going into the Parabolica as both of them onto the hard compound tyres. And where are they going to be back out? That's the other question. Here they come. Are they? Yes, they are. They are fully ahead of Carsey. Was the ideal situation. That's what they're aiming for, and they both got get it done. Now Plow's in the race leader on track here when the rest of the pit stop phase is completed. Now back out on track here, the race leaders, which is Dusty Pursuit and True Foul. Battle out for the race lead altogether as True is fighting for the Tifosi going into this race weekend, as Dusty is looking to get back-to-back race wins in under a third race start here. So please soon see on that one. Carsey getting close. Carsey is getting a lot closer to Mr. Halford going on the main straight. Halford is using the slipstream from the Palos, going as Palos try to break the toe, going down to turn 1. Now we're in this interesting situation. It's like near similar to last week. What happened with Dusty Bassoon? When everyone pits, like, you need to find a lap which is more suitable for his race for Dusty. That is the situation. When is the right time to keep them mediums lasting to the end? That's pretty much the story of Dusty Bassoon here. But he got an on-rushing Italian on his home race, going down to the main straight. It's not getting close at all at this far here as Carsey gets ahead of Adam Halford for P6 of this race. Now he's challenging Plalos, going down to the main straight. Freedom entered the pits. As is he getting closer? He's not getting closer at this very moment. Here, so got to the around 25 seconds it was. Now we're seeing Dusty and Joe banning out. We're seeing Plalos and Carsey about to inform here with Adam Halford. Is it too soon for Adam? Because he pitted around lap 9. Is he thinking about a 2-stop strategy? Like, try to get mediums. Try to get another set of mediums here. You soon see. You soon see. It's very to tell. So, both leaders at this very moment, Dusty and Jewel, both similar on tyre wear after 16 laps of racing here, as both of them, as Jewel is getting closer, as he not quite at the moment here, back down to our net race leaders. Is Carsey getting closer? Is he getting closer? The more of this battling, it could help out our race leaders here, as Carsey is going try to have a go. Palos fends them all on this situation at the moment, going down to the Delawache. Not quite at the moment. So, but he's getting closer. He's getting closer. half a look down through the Lesmos as he going through this straight. As Giovanni takes the lead of this race. Our main focus is Carsi and Plalos. Plalos fends him off, going down to the Ascari. There. Has he got the run though? Has he got the run? Giovanni's entered the pits. Now, Carsi pretty much happy to sit behind for the time being. So Giovanni's pits. And he's going on to the medium compound tyres. Now, as Carsi gets ahead of the Aston Martin for P3 of this race. Plalos have a half a look, but again, not quite at the moment. So, Carsi pretty much leads our way for the net race leaders. Now he try to get away from the Aston Martin. 18 seconds now it was. Now the gap is getting closer here with the two race leaders getting closer to them. As meanwhile Joe is closing on in to Adam Halfer for P5 of this race. See how he does. Race leaders pits. Dusty pursuing pits, and same with Gupta. So Carsi leads the way for in the Italian Grand Prix, with Plalos sending him in behind in P2. No, where is Dusty going to be back out in? Back out in P6 it is for him. Deja vu all over again for now the Cadillac driver. Can he steal it for a second week running? We soon see. We soon see indeed. His first target is Niall. Not this far. It is as James gets ahead, or has he? Freedom gets ahead. Has he got a track limit pen for good measure? As Dusty gets ahead of Niall for P5 of this race. Now he's catching Giovanni. Giovanni is battling out with Adam Halfer for P3 of this race. As less, it's not quite close enough for the time being. In fact, Dusty is entering the party of this battle. Lap 20 we're in. As Giovanni has gone for a move and he's got the move to Don for P3 of this race. No. He's kind of like a cork in the ball. For the two drivers, he's going an alternative strategy. Soon see on that one. No. Carsi's losing Plalos at the moment. He's increasing the gap ever so slightly here, but Plalos is trying his best to try and keep up with Carsi here at this very moment. Now, with Giovanni is closing the gap, same with Dusty as well. I think Joe is on for something. I think Joe is up for it, and he set the fastest lap of this race with a 1:23.131 here. Sorry. No. Anyhow. No movement at the moment. Here goes a movement. Here goes the movement. It is Dustin Pursuit. Gets ahead of Adam Halfer for P4 of the race. Thankfully I spoke too soon because like moves like this get too done and maybe change it. Thankfully. The right way around. No, they call up to Flat. No. Who did they call up to? Ah, the lap car. It was Blind Hail AI, I think it is. And there's yellow. Is that it? Oh, Alan. Yeah. The AI is taking too kindly for Adam Halfer here. On this very moment. And now, Klaus is losing ground on our race leader of Carsey here. Now the gap even furthers as here goes Dusty for P3 of this race. Now he's a lot fresher tire compared to Joe, but he's catching Klaus. Can he get himself back-to-back race wins here this evening? We soon see as Niall gets ahead of Adam Halfer. Halfer got a great run compared to Niall, but it's so sort of a run going to the last most. Here. James got ahead of Freedom for P9 of this race, but Freedom has a sneaky look on the inside. Not quite at the moment. The gap is even closer to 1.1. I think the gap is stabilizing between Carsey and Dusty here. That's the situation. Everyone going to try to do a one-stop race. So lap 23, 5 laps to go of this Italian Grand Prix. As the gap is trying to get closer, Joe is just lingering on to the both cars here at this far. With the Cadillac, not quite at the moment. I think he's harvested the battery until like a perfect time. Here, Plalos. This time round is pretty much a good race weekend for him. But starting from P, I think it was P3 it was. If I'm not mistaken, or P5. Oh, let me get changes here. He started from P5 here, so a lot better than last time out. So that's the whole race situation here. Now out of 5 positions. Here, Gupta up to and Freedom up to Hayes up to West. Adam Halfer, the biggest loser out of this one. As 4 laps to go here for the Italian Grand Prix. And now both the McLaren and the Williams are still going at it here. As here goes Dusty up the inside of Plalos as both of them go side by side. There, Plalos fends them off. There, and even more encouraging signs for Carsey, because he increased that lead when that battle is happening. No, Halfer is like waiting patiently when it's the right time to go for it. Meanwhile, at this very moment, Joe is getting closer to Dusty, as Dusty is getting closer to Plalos here, as is Dusty going to have a go, and same with Joe as well. Could be a free burst situation over again. But again, oh, he's going to dive down the inside into Rectifier. There was contact, it was, as Giovanni going to try to sneak it on the outside. It was a switcheroo, as both of them going side by side through Cover Grande, as Plalos fends them off once again. The Secretary of Defense, Post Secretary of Defense here this far, and now he's pretty much holding out for his P2 at the moment, as Joe is going to have a fall of it, but it's like he's not getting closer on this occasion. As Halford and Night Owl are still going, look set to going at it all over again. And now is Dusty. Pretty much for time is a charm, because Dusty is trying to get the overtake to Don on both occasions, and both of them is like, as Dusty is breaking the latest, going through the way to Villa. Now onto going into Cover Grande, as he's getting closer. It's a lot closer. Going into Cover Grande. He's going to try to go on the outside. There's going to be a free abreast into Delaroche, as Dusty went off the track. It was Giovanni's going up the inside into the Lesmos, as the Cadillac fends him off. My goodness me. What a tense battle, and it's still going out. Giovanni's got the move done for P3 of this race. Now all of a sudden, he's fighting for P2 now. And at this very moment, wow, as Carsey starts up the very final lap of this race, we haven't even seen Carsey since the very beginning. He's pretty much off into the distance here, as Carsey, as Joe going to try around the outside through Whittier, looking for a switcheroo again, as I think Plow's covering it off, and now all of a sudden going to try to hold it on the outside, now the inside, going through the Cover Grande, as he try to hold it. Flawless, he's way off the track. It was, as here goes Dusty, free abreast into the last rows, as we're going out in top. Flawless is going out on top on this one, and now Giovanni is and so as Dusty finally getting ahead of Flawless. We haven't even seen Carsey all right, but it's like a dominance performance once again. He's going to get it, as meanwhile Carsey will take some of the Italian Grand Prix, but it is battle for the podiums here. Dusty comes out in P2, with Giovanni comes on in P3, with Flawless in finishing in P4, with Niall P5, with Adam Halver in P6, Gupta in P7, with Hilly coming in P8. Flawless did finish in P4. So Freedom P9 and James P10. Hayes will come round us off here this evening. Wowee! Most race winners, most top no race winners in careers, top no race winners, top posters of his career. Till next time, have a good rest of the week. Same to you, Wilbur. Same to you. And that is it for this one. Italian Grand Prix is completed. Carsi takes home the Italian Grand Prix with Dusty comes home in P2. Giovanni in P3 with Niall in P4. Adam Halford comes home in P5 with Gupta in P6. Well, actually, it was Plalas P4. So Halford P... Niall P5. Halford P6. Gupta P7. Haley P8. Freedom P9. And James Rogers are your top 10. Hayes P11. Not with Blind Hale P12 and we lost Raza. That is us here, folks. Thank you all to jump on to stream. It's so much appreciated. Sorry for no sprint there. So we only have a feature one. So yes, that is it for this one. So until next week, where we are. Next week. Let me have a look. We are in Miami, so Miami a week's time. Until then, it is good night, God bless, take it easy, and peace.